Welcome to Life Beyond the Gym Walls, the podcast where faith, family, fitness, and unwavering focus come together to inspire resilience. I'm your host, Lawrence Edetta, a man of God, a dedicated strength and conditioning coach, a successful business owner, and above all, a devoted family man. In this space, we delve into the transformative power of faith, the strength that comes from physical fitness, the importance of family bonds, and the unwavering focus that propels us toward our dreams. All right, welcome to Live Life Beyond the Gym Walls podcast, and we're here with a special guest today, Mike Ziomek. Mike's been our intern for last, probably 4 months, 5 months, something like that. And then he started also doing some of our strength training in preparation for his racing. But I'm going to let Mike talk about himself because I know he's a very humble guy, but I want him to talk about his accolades he's achieved on the bike. Mike is a phenomenal bike racer. He's only 16 right now?
17.
17 years old, and he's one of the best mountain bikers in the country. He's on Team USA. He rides for Trek, the Bear national team. So it's awesome to have him here and to have him locally. Also, he's the guy who produces this stuff. You know, the video you're going to see with this podcast is him doing all the magic on it. But here's Mike. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, my name is Mike Ziomek. I race for the Bear national team, Trek. And I've been racing for about, 5 years since my dad got me into it during COVID. I used to play basketball and do swimming in the summer, but now pretty much all in on biking, and I'm enjoying it a lot.
That's awesome. Yeah, I got to meet young Mike at there was a Ruidoso race. We were there. We were doing an enduro and the cross country or the lap race you did the day before, right? The thing. And just put it this way, his times were, and you were 14, I think. Yeah. He was crushing it. I think you ended up second overall or third.
I think third.
Third overall, behind two.
I got second, but there was a group. I was the first one to go down on the final stage, and there was a group of horses in the middle.
Oh my goodness!
So I was the one that had to clear those. I lost about 30 seconds.
Yeah, it was a good race. So young Mike was up against some former pros there, and I saw him. And again, I was in the same race, and I saw how good he was. And despite the bike you were on, it was like what bike was that?
2014 Giant Anthem.
Yeah.
Like 680 mil bars.
That was awesome. But, well, cool. So how did you initially find out about us, the Performance Ranch?
It's funny. I was driving with my dad to Angel Fire, and he was like thinking about, because I was telling him I wanted to get into exercise physiology in college, and he's like, oh, you should intern at maybe Elevate. And I'm going to be honest, I thought you worked at Elevate.
Oh, okay.
And so I texted you on Instagram like, hey, Lawrence, how could I get involved with Elevate? And you're like, oh, I'm the founder of the Performance Ranch. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And so I just went with that instead of
nice.
Elevate. And from what I can tell, it's the place to be.
Well, cool, man. Thanks. Yeah, that's awesome. It's funny because I had met you, and I was involved with that company in the past and former times, but anyways, so again, I know you've told us about your sports background. So you swam, you were soccer also, you said? Basketball, swam and basketball. So you had a little bit of a conditioning experience, especially swimming. Swimming is a whole different sport. I don't think people understand. Unless they swim, I've been a parent of a swimmer, so I see the dedication of time that it takes. I mean, you know how that.
Right.
And the thing about swimming versus riding a bike, I think they expect you can swim more, right? They think like, oh, you can just keep on going and going and going. And
yeah.
So when did you stop that? When was your?
Let's see. I started swimming in 2014 or 2015 for a summer league. I raced for High Point.
Okay.
Sports and Wellness.
Yeah,
and stopped around the time I started riding, or maybe a year after, so around 2021. After
Nice.
COVID hit, the team really kind of fell apart a bit, and coaches left and stuff, so
Yeah.
I left
Okay.
as well.
Would you have any interest in doing a Xterra triathlon in the future?
Yeah, I've thought about doing a triathlon at points in time. I feel like I'm a pretty good swimmer, and I enjoy it somewhat.
That's cool.
I'm not a great runner. I mean, I'm an okay runner, but
Yeah.
I don't like it very much.
Yeah, but you have, the skill you have on the bike and the swimming Normally, when Xterra triathletes, I don't know if you're familiar with the sport. I've done a few. It's an off-road triathlon. It used to be a big circuit in the past. They still do some good stuff, but I know there's a lot of former pro mountain bikers end up kind of going in that direction. There's a great lady, Sonia Van Landingham. I don't know if you're familiar with her. She used to be a former UCI pro, but then she ended up crossing over and doing the Xterra and did really, really well. But swimmers, I mean, mountain bikers normally don't swim. So having the swim advantage is huge. So if you ever want, I mean, that's a great sport because you get out of the water first. And with your skill on the bike, dude, you're gone. Yeah. And then you just have to hold on to the run. Right. So, yeah. But yeah, well, cool, man. I mean, I think that would be a fun thing when you're all done with your stuff. But yeah. So how has functional movement changed you? Like, I know we do a lot of different stuff than you're used to in the gym. So what does that kind of look like?
I feel like before I started working with the Performance Ranch, I was just kind of like going about strength training as kind of like more of an add-on to training in general, but now I kind of think of it as like a really integral part. And I've seen how valuable it is because of how much it's kind of changed the way I just am aware of myself, because I feel like now I'm very aware of like how my body is moving and how it looks and like posture, stuff like that. And I think that's really important, especially when it comes to biking. Good. And so I think it's changed a lot because it's really just made me think about how my body is working on the bike instead of just kind of thinking of them as like strength training and mountain biking as two separate things. Now I can see kind of now how they mix together and how I can make myself better on the bike because of functional movement.
Perfect. Yeah, that's. I mean, when I started creating some of this stuff, I mean, I've raced in the past, and I have a coach in the past, a skill coach, and when I took some of that knowledge that they provided me, I got to think about it more in a different way, how I can apply it to the gym. And that's why when I talk about it, I talk about it like this stuff you do in here can actually just help you. And, you know, because we talk a lot about body position and core engagement, especially someone like yourself who's going very fast, high rates of speed. You got to have very good control in corners. You got to have the ability to react, right? I mean, things go array real quick, especially in racing environments. And the level you race, everybody's good. Right. So you're at a level where you're in this upper percentage of people who ride bikes, and now you're just trying to, that extra little help keeps you on the bike better, more efficient, and that kind of stuff. So good. No, that's awesome, man. So what, for people that are looking to train or to do things, and again, it could be from racers like yourself, it could be the general public who just wants to ride bikes or just enjoy life in general, what would you recommend to them, like, to help them increase their longevity overall?
This is something I think about somewhat often because my dad is really big on longevity, especially recently since he started racing a lot more and really like tuning in his diet and stuff. It's cool to see. I think what I've kind of learned from him is mostly just keep active and like if he's been in a few accidents on the bike, like pretty bad ones. Like recently, I think 2 years ago, he was riding down a hill, the pavement from our house, and he got a dog. He was going like 25, dog came out, ran in front of him, and like took out his front wheel. He just like slammed to the pavement, like I think it was right side. So I think he like broken scapula, multiple broken ribs, collapsed lung, and so he's been able to come back from that really quick. I mean, a month after that happened, he raced 100 miles on the mountain bike. Wow. So I think what he's taught me is just keep moving, and like when your body is going through pain like that, like the blood flow is like the absolute priority, and like really just stay moving and never let yourself kind of fall into a sedentary life, because that will just like collapse everything and it'll get really hard
for sure
to get back going again.
Yeah, that's good. And I got to work with your dad this fall when he came in here, and to see him how strong he was able to achieve, and just to where he was at the point, and I was like, okay, we can definitely work with this, and he's put in the work to help with that postural position. And I see his times on the bike, man. He's fast.
Yeah, he's really fast.
How old is is he now? How's your
He's
father?
turning 61 in November.
Wow, that's awesome. That's
Yeah.
61 years old and still crushing it on the bike.
Yeah.
When were you able to beat him?
I think I don't remember the exact moment, but I think he said around when I turned 13 is when I started to get faster than him. He was faster than me on the downhills for a little bit longer than that probably, but on the climbs probably when I turned 13.
Oh,
so
my goodness.
When I was like half a year into riding.
That's amazing. Just freakish. Yeah, that's cool because your dad's strong. I've seen your dad's time. I'm like, wow, he's super strong. Cool. So how has faith influenced your life overall? I'm not sure if you're a believer. I never really asked you before.
I mean, my family's Catholic.
Okay.
I was baptized as a kid.
Nice.
I think I'm not super religious, but I kind of believe that everything happens for a reason. So when I'm going through like kind of a hard time in training, when training's getting really hard, I kind of in my mind think like, okay, this is happening for a reason. Mm-hmm. I know that I'm going through this for a reason, so it'll be better on the other side.
Good. That's awesome, man. Yeah. And then overall, I mean, we know what you do, but obviously the title of this podcast is "Live Life Beyond the Gym Walls." So, how do you live life beyond the gym walls?
I think mainly mountain biking, of course. I like to hike a lot in the off season when I'm not on the bike, and I like to go up in the Sandias, and that's a lot of fun. Lots of just outdoor.
Nice.
Outdoor activities is kind of like my happy place. I feel like.
Yeah, I mean it's great. I tell people all the time, like I get out there, I call my bike rides on Strava mountain meditation or mountain movement or something because it's just this thing, and we're lucky. I mean, you can ride from your house, right, and be on trail, or do you have to drive? What do you normally?
Yeah, I think I live about 2-minute ride from a trailhead.
Oh my goodness!
Just ride down the hill and you're pretty much there.
That's amazing. Yeah, so that's the thing. But we're lucky here in Albuquerque.
Yeah.
And in the fall, where are you going to school? What's the plan?
I'm planning on going to Colorado Mesa University in Grand Junction. I'm pretty stoked on that. I think I'm gonna enjoy it a lot because I've been there for a few trips, just mountain bike trips with my dad, and the riding there is really good, the mountain biking, and I hear there's really good road riding as well. Yeah. Tons of my teammates, my under 23 teammates, they live in Grand Junction and go to school there.
Perfect.
Probably like 5 to 10 of my teammates who live there and go to college.
Nice. So you already have a built-in community there.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I also know a few people from Albuquerque who go there, so I think I'll fit in pretty well.
Yeah, no, it's a great school. My daughter went there. My son-in-law went there.
Yeah.
I pushed her there because I was like, I'll give you my Xterra if you go to school here, because the mountain biking was amazing. I loved it. I mean, Grand Junction. Look, unfortunately, I only rode the lunch loops just a handful of times, but man, 18 rode and Fruta, and then we did the Loma a few times, but the 18 road's amazing because I just love the downhill, the flow.
I think that's my favorite place.
Yeah,
it's really fun.
And then you can camp there. It's just cool.
Yeah.
A couple of years, we'll wrap it up here, but when my daughter was looking at going there, I instead of renting a hotel, I decided to buy a tent. And there's a company there in Grand Junction called Seek Outside, and they make teepees. Okay. So I was like, you know what, I'm just going to invest in a teepee because I'm going to use it at some point. And then, so I bought this 2-person or 3-person teepee, ultra lightweight, had a stove and everything. And I went and what I would have paid on 2 nights in a hotel, I ended up buying that thing. Went and camped at 18 Road, and I just rode from there. My daughter was doing her orientation and all that, and I was out there riding my bike.
What year was this?
This was before they had the assigned camping site, so it was 2017. She graduated high school, so fall of 2017.
Wow, so that was like when the trails were like, there wasn't much out there back then. They've built so much.
They've done so much. I know. I've been out there. When she graduated, like that senior year, so 2021, we went back out. Well, I went there every year. We go visit and do this stuff. But cool, man. Well, I think, man, it's good to have you here. It's good. I know we're only going to have a few more months, but it's been nice to have you helping us out and doing our video. And we're going to get back on this podcasting. Now we got the setup for the podcast. I think we're going to do the video thing. It's going to work out well. Yeah. We're able to do this and do the talking. So thanks, man.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate it.